Before this video begins, I'd just like to give a thank you to our most recent patrons, donators and Twitch subscribers. These being Dante Demonic, Tribal Typhoon, Skyhawkings, Negus, Miss Future Teach and TravisGames. Thank you, all of you. Greetings and welcome to Shadowstar. I'm Captain Ri'shad, aka the Renegade, and this is a Starship review video. Excuse the creaking. We appear to be on board a very rustic and damaged starship. Doesn't matter your allegiance, this time the ship is available to all. So allow me to introduce to you properly the slightly out of proportioned, YouTube issues, Fek'Ihri, or Fek'Ihri, if you ask Wolf, Gok'tad carrier. You know, this is an intimidating looking vessel, I will give it that. And she has some prowess. Now, if you are all comfortable, we will first take a quick dashing look at what you can do to customize her. And then we'll jump straight into her stats. And finally, we'll then take her out into action. So, shall we begin? Gotta give STO its credit here. It is quite a nice looking new variant of the Fek'Ihri Fek'Ihri ship that came beforehand. Tier 5 ship that, as far as I'm aware, is very old as well. Coming from back at when STO first really released. And this ship was among the first Klingon ships available. It came with the Klingon era. So there's something to point out to and say hello to. No special bridges, but hey, what are you expecting? 2 window types available. Personally, I think if you're flying this ship, you are going to be sticking to the Type 2. Then again, all of them look out of place for some reason. And 3 hull types. The very outdated Type 1, the equally bad Type 2, and somewhat improved but still not exactly amazing Type 3. Certainly if they came up with a more polished version of this, less rustic look, keep the red of course, but less rustic on the rest of the panels, I would have liked it a lot more, but hey ho, I guess this is the feeling of the old Grenfell. You can customize the hull, wings, lower wings and antennas. Antennas being right at the very front of the ship. Lower wings being underneath those fins near the back. And the upper wings are on top. Not entirely sure why you would modify any of this, because if I'm totally frank, this ship is just bloody hideous. And only the Gok'tad looks anywhere near a decent design. Yeah. She really is a ferocious beast, isn't she? She is a tier 6 science carrier with a hull modifier of 1.265. This allows her to have a base hull at level 65 of 56,925. Some substantial hull strength. And a shield modifier of 1.32 lands this ship immediately there in good territory for those of you who are tanks. Funny enough, with her being a science carrier, this is interesting to see, but that roll is just going to keep getting better. She has a base turn rate of 8, which is a little higher than most carriers, with 2 hangars. That's right, this ship comes with 2 hangars, as she is a proper carrier. An impulse modifier of 0.15 and an inertia rating of 25. This is an impressive score for me so far, because it makes her nice and agile, despite her being a heavier carrier. Coming with the bonus power settings of +10 to weapons and +10 to auxiliary, this is about what you'd expect and exactly what I'm happy to see with this ship. It fundamentally runs into where we're going to go to in a moment, which is her weapon orientation being 4 forward and 3 aft. Overall, as you guys could probably start to guess, this ship is an incredibly well versatile ship. She naturally has scientific prowess to her, this we'll see more of it shortly. She has plenty of defense for any form of tank, and she has just the right areas already, tactically speaking, for tactical DPS. Now, side DPS are just going to come into this now and start screaming hallelujah. And for those who want to see a great science torp build, I strongly recommend checking out the Augment Dictator Games recent video with this ship on that build precisely, as it is very impressive. So let's go further into this and why that build is actually capable. We have consoles like 4 tactical, 3 science, 4 tactical, 3 engineering, and 4 science, giving her a great amount of tactical and science DPS potential. This also lands her very well immediately in the support areas, and any form of tank build is going to be quite comfortably versatile with this ship. Upgrader with the universal console slot you get with the Upgrade X, experimental upgrading, and this extra possible engineering slot makes her again even more versatile, or you can just ramp up the amount of damage she puts out. Really, you wouldn't need it so much with her support side. She's more than enough in the support categories, but hey, a little bit extra for support never hurts. Maybe you can rank on a bit of extra DPS potential. Supports tend to be weak there, something to consider. Her bridge officer layout is also quite impressive. She has a Lieutenant Commander Tactical Command position, coupled in with a Lieutenant Engineering position. This is perhaps the weakest part of her and her weak spot. She then has a Commander Science role and an Ensign Science role. Finally, to rebalance her engineering weakness or possibly strengthen her tactical, she has a Lieutenant Commander Universal station, which I personally, for this build, have gone with tactical on that and bolstered my Psi Tactical Hybrid. It is a support DPS build, and I'm not gonna lie, it does relatively well for me. Again, she has 2 hangars and 3 device slots. She can load dual heavy cannons, and if you've been paying attention to what I've said so far, that tells you right now, she has a lot of potential. Specifically with my specialization in support DPS, which is the control DPS. Trying to keep all the targets in one location and dealing as much damage within the forward arc as possible. Truly, this ship has got abilities. She also has the fiery charges and her Lost Souls hangar pets with the carrier command array. Excuse me while we zoom out a little bit here. Her mastery is the Science Carrier Mastery, giving her quick deployment, armored hull, reactive shield technologies, and advanced shield systems. Her trait is the Glenforce Fire that we'll get into shortly. Finally, I just want to hang on to her pets, which are, again, quite substantially strong. Keeping in mind that there is not very many things within game, especially in PvE, which has fire damage resistance. So her pets, the Lost Souls of Glenfor, capable of acquiring from the EC store and Dilithium store or Shipyard store, depending on whether you go for standard, advanced or elite, will have, standardly speaking, Claw Swipe, Flame Breath and Ferocious Charge. Advanced will have Claw Swipe, Flame Breath, Ferocious Charge and Psionic Shockwave. And finally, the elites will have Claw Swipe, Flame Breath, Ferocious Charge and Superior Psionic Shockwave. All of these deal substantial damage and let these pets truly run asunder. I am going to give you a demonstration of the pets on their own, what they can do, just so you can truly see their potential. And I will only be using the standards. Keep that in mind, I'll be using the ones that you get with this ship. Though if you have the opportunity and the ability to do so, I'd strongly recommend upgrading to elites, as in this case the elites do outperform the advanced by a decent margin. They seem to be a bit quicker. Now, what was I saying? We have Reinforce Fire as a trait. Launching pets adds fire damage to your weapons. What was I saying about fire damage resistances at the moment? I mean, you get off. So, this will add to the weapons possible dealing of 170 fire damage per volley for 10 seconds. And weapon damage also gain a 2.5% chance of additional 17 fire damage per second for 15 seconds. I know that's not a lot. There isn't a lot of things that boost fire damage output. But this is still that little bit of extra damage on top of whatever you was already doing. It does not count as exotic damage, I should note. It is standardized damage, your game one, so keep this in mind with it. However, like I said, every bit of extra damage helps. Now her console, that's an unusual one. The fiery charge gives you a passive boost for flight speed of 8.6% and fire damage boost of plus 17.1%. Hey, we've got something boosting fire damage. And upon use of the fiery charge, holds and impales the foe within the forward arc. And upon impact, so the foe will deal 5,295.7 fire damage, plus 1,134.8 fire damage per second for 10 seconds. Must be at least 5 kilometers away to activate this ability. It should be noted that this ability will rapidly accelerate your ship and pull you in very close very quickly. This is great for any DPS player who wants to get in fast to get the first spike of damage. Gives you a chance to get ahead of the rest. The weak spot though is that if you was to try and take advantage of that, you are sacrificing a console slot that could potentially give you much higher damage anyway. So, within reason and balance. Now, I need to stop stroking this ship, especially since I'm normally not a fan of these Fek'Ihri class ships. But let's get it into action and see what it can do. Time to engage. Please get comfortable. Don't mind me, since I'm using Biol weapons right now, I thought I'd just throw the Biol kit on it. Okay, first of all, we are going to show off what the pets themselves can do. Now this means I hang back, of course I get in the range, and I let my pets go have some fun. Huh, I haven't even launched them all yet. Destroy! Destroy my pets! Destroy! Because that wasn't very quick. We're paying attention to this, right? Look how quickly that health goes down. These are just my pets alone. Yeah, my pets go down quickly, but hey, who blooming cares if they're going out that quick? Look at that. Foolish. Foolish Ursines. Launch more, refill my pet lines, and we will go now. I'm not even unleashed any of my own abilities yet. Alright, go on then, Galore class. All 12 of you, go have fun. Look at that! Just look at what that means. They literally get in there. If they get in close, that's it. The ship is done for. Oh, no, my own weapon's fired. Oopsie daisy. Note yourself, don't get too close. Okay, fine. Jemadar battlecruiser. Go kill that one. I'll hover back here, my pets. Are you okay? Are you okay, my pets? Are you like having fun there? Would you like to return? Go on then, you can return. We'll get in nice and close to this one, and then we will bludgeon it. Which is going to be fun anyway, because this is just simply insane. I mean, I've boosted all my anti-proton damage output for nothing. Literally, my pets alone can deal with them. Go on, pets, go have some fun. I mean, seriously, look how quickly the health goes down. Boom, gone. And they're out of there. Too easy! Too easy, and it's just the pets, the basics. I mean, I know I'm in a very easy mode. It's beyond the point. Doesn't matter how easy the mode you're in, it shouldn't be that quick and easy to wipe out a bunch of enemies. Let's try up in the game a little bit. This time, no pets I'll launch. See what I can do with just the ship's potential. Oh, this is going to be fun. Come on, get a few in range. Don't want to be having this too easy now, do we? Nope, there we go. It's not like getting pets made much of a difference there with the damage output. If I had the pets for me, they'd just been erased much quicker in half the time. Oh, Jem'Hadar Heavy Escort. Come on then. Let's have some fun. Let's play. Bring that anchor. Look at that. Just charge us in nice and quick. Ooh. The amount of damage that did as we went through it. That was actually... If it wasn't for the fact they had their shields up in full strength there, that would probably have ripped a lot more damage into them. Overshot quite heavily there though. That's the one issue with it. My weapons of choice here are not really the best for singular targets. But I bet I can still eat you. Where do you think you're going? Oh, I'm missing the trait I should have on it. Yep. Jem'Hadar Battlecruiser, because I'm missing that trait, I'm now in a bit of a bad mood, so I'm afraid your battleship's going to be absolutely destroyed. And I'm going to really enjoy it. I sincerely, absolutely love it. Eat all my weapons! Come on, I'm in range. Let me have fun with him. He's not doing... yeah, he's not plumbing out. I've already gone on to the other Jem'Hadar carriers. Just with the beam refraction that happens. How much fun can you have with one ship? This is not my best skill. I'm sorry, did you all just get dragged in there? How poor of you. Wow, I was not paying attention to my own health there. Too distracted by what was going on. Hey, but then again, at least I know how much damage I can take. Not much. And then again, yeah, if I paid actual attention to what was going on there, they wouldn't have actually taken me out. Because I'll have recovered. Come on, Jem'Hadar Strike Ship. I was literally just one of you left. Is that... Okay, so... Fighting all four of them at once and only one was left. I'm actually embarrassed that he's still alive. I need you dead. You're lost. Oh, goodbye. What on earth was I thinking in this fight, hey? What was I thinking? I'll tell you what I was thinking. I was thinking that should have been harder. Ah, but you know what? This ship is good. I'll give it credit where credit is due, and this ship is quite good. If I was going to give you the fundamental scores, I'm going to be blunt and honest with you right now. That I can finalize and make a conclusion of this ship really damn quick just because of what we see. So, to be straight, this ship is quite the versatile and quite the functional vessel. Capable of being used by any type of player, support, DPS or tank, quite effectively in just about every role. It is a science carrier. This makes it great at support, just generally speaking. It has the right loadout of equipment and weapons that makes it versatile in the DPS, for tactical DPS, not just science DPS. And let's just be frank, her hull and shield are high enough, along with her engineering capabilities, to really make some good hull tanks and shield tanks. This results in me giving her a very fair score, I want to say, of 8.5 out of 10. The only way she could score higher is if I was to include her style into this. So for her final overall score, since 8.5 out of 10 is what I give her science ability, or should I say support, her tank area and her DPS. Taking into account for her great upgrading looks, even if they haven't really thought it fully through and recognized that the camera positioning doesn't work so well. Her look is great, and I'll give her 9 out of 10 as an overall score. Especially since, for all of you players wondering, she's free. Just take part in the event, the winter event, and you can get your hands on this ship. Why were I not talking about how much she cost to get? Well, that's why. Seriously, guys, there's no reason why to skip out on this ship. If she was hideous, I could understand it. But with a relatively useful trait, especially for those that fly carriers like I do, or preference towards carriers as I do, she has a fairly nice console to certain levels. Yes, neither the trait or console are new game meta, but they are still quite nice. She looks stylistically good, and she is a well-rounded, well-functional ship. I can't praise that enough as a result. Guys, just get your hands on her. You don't have to fly her, but to say you got your hands on her is just something versatile to use if you want to experiment a little bit. I'm going to give her a little bit of fun with flying about, see what we can get out of her. To everyone who has watched up to this point, I would just like to say a huge thank you for watching. To my very, very loyal Patreons, donators and Twitch subscribers, TravisGames, Skyhawkings, Dante Demonic, Negus, Tribal Typhoon, and now I must really scream out a huge thank you to Miss Future Teach for your recent gifted subs. Thank you, because you guys are making my dream a reality. Your support means so much, and if anyone wishes to join them and help towards this channel's dream and its growth, the links are below in the description, and along with that is the links to Discord, the best place to keep up to date on what I'm working on. Patrons and donators, keep your heads out, keep your ears open, because I am working on more cinematic stuff, and you guys will get the first knowledge on everything that's going on with that, including unique screenshots and little insights on what I'm doing. Now, everyone, please stay safe, and remember, live long and prosper. Oh, and careful with being dishonest and dishonorable. You'll end up with the Fek'Ihri. You're all legends, none of you would do that.